Welcome back to the video lecture series on embedded systems. This is lecture number 9. In the previous discussion, I have taken up the exception and interrupts topics, and we have seen that how exception and interrupts are actually handled and how many exception and interrupts are there. Okay, so now we shall move to the next one, that is stack operation. Stack memory operation. So basically the stack memory is like a temporary memory which is used to store the data temporarily. Usually it is used for performing or in the conditions like while handling the interrupts and all. Okay, so whenever the processor is handling any interrupts during the current execution of a certain program, so present state or present values of the registers or that particular instructions will be saved on the stack memory, and after completing the interrupt or external device service, it can retain or take back the values from the stack memory. Okay, and continue the execution. So let us see the basic operations of the stack. So in general, stack operations are again read and write operation, but it is or it can be performed only with respect to memory, and that address where the read and write operation should take place is will be specified by the stack pointer. So data in register is saved into the stack memory by push operation, and that can be retrieved by using the pop operation. So now how it is done, the SP is adjusted automatically in the push and pop operation so that multiple data push will not cause old data to be erased. Okay, so that means if you are performing multiple push operation, so first push operation will store the first data of that desired register onto the stack. So second push, again it should not overwrite the present data on the present address of the stack. Okay, so in a simple way you can uh, consider the condition like this. If you are having or if you are using, say for example, a push instruction, so if I use a push instruction, what happens now, the content of the register will be stored into the stack pointer. So initially what happens is stack pointer at reset at reset it will be pointing to some location. Okay, now whenever you perform the first push operation, so SP will be incremented, it will be incremented by certain amount. So that location, let us call it as location 1, where the register value will be stored. If you use another push operation on different register, so this value should not be stored here. So what happens is, so it will look into another location too. Okay, so similarly while taking out the data also, first you should pop out location 2 address. For here I am just writing location 2 in simple way, then location 1. Okay, this is how the push and pop operation are actually executed in simple way. We shall see the things in instructions, that is in the second module, in detail. Okay, say for example, now if you assume that uh, register R0 is holding the X value, R1 is holding the Y value, R2 is holding the Z value. Okay, so if you use a subroutine program using branch and link instruction, in the function one, what we have the three push instruction: push R0 followed by push R1, then push R2. So for push and pop operation, you should use the flower brackets. Okay. So what push R0 does? It will store the R0 content to the stack, and it will also increment the SP to the next location. Similarly, 3 times it is pushed. Now while retrieving back after completing some operation here, it should retrieve back. So notice here R2 is popped first, followed by R1, then R0. So it should go back to the same function. So what happened is last data which was pushed or last data which was in, that will be first out. It is a LIFO stack, you can say. Okay, or in other words, we can also write it as first in, last out. First data which was inputted, that will be taken at the last. Next, if you consider stack operation for multiple register, suppose if you have stored the same thing from R0 to R2, instead of using push R0, R1 and R2 separately, you can use a single instruction from R0 to R2. So the hyphen indicates the continuation from starting register to the end register. So while popping also you have to use the same thing. Okay, so it will pop out R2 followed by R1 then R0. So that you have to remember here. Okay, next, if you consider another example, we can use like R0 to R2 and as well as link register. So link register is associated with the program counter. You can use PC value also here. Okay, to indicate the return value. So this is a one simple example. Now if you consider Cortex M3 stack implementation, okay, so Cortex M3 is a fully descending, so as it is mentioned, fully descending stack operation. So that means SP value will be decremented for every push operation. Okay, so each and everything will be clarified in the instruction that is in the module 2. Okay, so now if you consider the example, suppose if R0 is having the value as 0x12345678 hexadecimal value. So whenever you push R0, so SP currently where it is pointing, so it will be decremented, so there it will hold this value. Okay, so this is the overall push operation. So whenever you go for pop operation, what happens is SP will be incremented as it is mentioned in the first point. Okay, so for every push and pop operation, so for every push and pop operation, so the SP value will be either decremented and incremented by 4 at a time respectively. Okay, so why that happens you will come to know later. Okay, because each hexadecimal value indicates how many values? 4-bit binary value. So we usually use 8-digit hexadecimal value. So hence the increment or decrement happens by the amount of 4. Okay, now there is one more model in Cortex M3 that is uh, called as the 2-stack model in the Cortex M3. It is only for reference, you can take it. The Cortex M3 has two SPs we know already, main stack pointer and process stack pointer. The main stack pointer is the default one which is used by the uh, processor. If you take the process stack pointer, that is again can be used by the users. Okay, so but the MSP can be either it can be in privileged mode or the thread mode, which can be changed by changing the bit value of the control register. So that we have discussed already in the special register case. Okay, we can refer to that. So, but how to know the state of that? So this timing diagram indicates here, whenever the main program is running, if any interrupt event occurs, but if the stack pointer is means the processor is in thread mode, it will use main stack pointer as in thread mode. So after saving the current data onto the stack, so processor when it is giving the service to the external interrupt, so it will be in the handler mode. So before switching from external interrupt to the main program, that is before popping out, so what should happen? It should again come back to thread mode. Okay, so this can be done by using the first bit number 1 of the control register. So this can be done in the program. Okay, similarly, if you are if you are intended to use PSP, same thing, by setting the control of 1 you can use it the same. Okay, so same thing here, but the default uh, this is the default setter after power. Okay, so this is the thing you need to notice here. So now there are a few more things, that is it is also possible to perform read and write operation directly to the main stack pointer and process stack pointer, provided you are in privileged mode. So the privileged mode is very important here. So if you consider that, so under privileged mode it is possible, and you can even access the MSP and PSP values under privileged mode. So to access the stack pointer in assembly language, so what we can use again, MRS and MSR instructions. Okay, so few instructions to note here are MRS R0, MSP destination, source. Main stack pointer content are read through R0 register. So MSR means to write. Present state of the main stack pointer can be written to R0. These are like okay. Second one is like what you can say, pop operation here, right? It is what you are doing is you are taking back the content of main stack pointer into the R0 register. R0 is a one register, you can use any register. So it is like a push operation, and this one is like a pop operation. Alternate way for performing push and pop operation. That's all about the stack pointer. Thank you.